Hello everyone, it is Heidi and welcome back to this week's episode of Baby Name Sunday. Today we are doing a totally fun theme for you guys today. So this topic and this theme of baby names has been a big hit for many parents, so I wanted to do another one of these videos as it has been requested in the past. So today I'm going to be sharing some trendy, musically inspired baby names for boys and girls in 2022. So I'll be sharing about 25, a little bit over 25 names with you in today's list. Now, if you guys haven't already subscribed yet or you are new here, every single week on Sundays, I upload a names list here on YouTube. So be sure you guys are subscribed below. Make sure you guys go over to Instagram and go check me out on there as well. And I am a baby name consultant. So if you guys are interested in a one-on-one name consultation where I create a personalized and curated list for you, definitely send me an email with the email right here, or you can DM me over on Instagram if you have any questions for pricing or anything. All right, let's dive into the list today. Some trendy, musically inspired baby names for both boys and girls in 2022. Starting the list off, we have a unisex option here, and that's the name Cadence, spelled C-A-D-E-N-C-E. Cadence. I've also seen this spelt with a K at the beginning, especially for girls, but I'm loving this one as a very unisex, probably one of the more popular musically inspired options actually, and this one means rhythm and beat. Next, mainly for the girl side, we have Symphony, spelled S-Y-M-P-H-O-N-Y, Symphony. This one has to be one of my favorites on the list today. It has this gorgeous but very cute sound to it, a little bit longer as it's 3 syllables. It also represents kind of like a big orchestra, so it has that really vast and wow kind of appeal. For the third option, we're going a little vintage on the boy side. We have Gibson, spelled G-I-B-S-O-N. Gibson, with the nickname Gibbs or Gibby. I think this is so sweet. If you have a Gilbert in the family, it's a wonderful honorary name, but I also got this one from one of the most famous brands of musical instruments, especially guitars. Next up here, very similar to Symphony, I have Harmony, spelled H-A-R-M-O-N-Y. Harmony. This one just has this peaceful sound to it, and Harmony also sounds really nice with Symphony, so if you're wanting maybe some musically inspired twin girl names that are a little matching, or even sibling girl names, Harmony and Symphony with those ending Y's, the sweetness plus the 3 syllables, they pair so nicely. All right, for my next one here, I actually have 2 options. So one's a little bit more unisex, and then I have a little bit more of a girlier option. So I have Ode or Odella, spelled O-D-E, or Odella, O-D-E-L-L-A. Both of these, Ode, I find so sweet for a boy, like super adorable, cute. And Odella just has this gorgeous sound to it. Ode is an English direct musical word name, and Odella is a Hebrew-rooted name meaning song or I will praise the Lord. And if you wanted to shorten Odella for your little girl, there's a bunch of different nicknames. Del, Della, even Ella as well. All right, again, I have another 3 options here because they're all very similar. So we have poem, poetry, and like I said on my last list actually, is poet. So all 3 of these are amazing, whether you want it for a boy or a girl. Poem for your little girl, poetry is pretty unisex, more so for the girls, and poet for your little boy. Now, switching it up a little bit on the girls' side, I have Lyra, spelled L-Y-R-A. Lyra. Now this one is Greek rooted, and it's actually a musical instrument, very similar to a harp. It's like a U-shaped harp. It's also a constellation name, which I really love, and the star Vega is in the Lyra constellation, which I thought was really cool. Time for an Italian name here. We have a Sonnet, spelled S-O-N-N-E-T. Sonnet. This one is very unusual and very uncommon. It's English from Italian, meaning little song, which I am in love with that meaning. It has a little bit more of a poetic and Shakespearean feel as well, and I think that will draw a lot of attention to it. Very romantic in sound. Switching it up, but more so on the boy side, a lot of girls though recently have been using this name. So it's the name Hendrix, spelled H-E-N-D-R-I-X. Hendrix. Now, obviously, Jimi Hendrix is the inspo for this one, but it's also a Dutch and German rooted name, meaning a state ruler. Now, if you have a Hendrik in the family, Hendrix would make the greatest and most modern honorary name for him. So I really like that with that X ending. Another short girl's name here, like Lyra, maybe a great sibling name would be Rena, R-E-N-A, Rena. Now this one's a Hebrew name meaning joyous melody, which makes me totally smile. Then for the boy side, a short option is Harp, spelled H-A-R-P, Harp. This one makes me smile as well. It's so cute. It's very handsome, just like Ode. To me, it gives me kind of that feeling, but it's very unisex, more so though used for the boy side. And obviously it's an instrument name. Now time for an occupational name here. We have Pfeiffer, spelled F-I-F-E-R. Pfeiffer. This one is an edgy, unisex, Scottish occupational name meaning piper or flute player. Now this one is a really great piper or harper alternative, Pfeiffer. Okay, so just like Jimi Hendrix, more of a modern girl's name here, we have Adele, spelled A-D-E-L-E, Adele. I wanted to give some, girl artist inspiration to the queen herself, and I thought I would add this beautiful French-rooted name meaning noble and nobility to the list. Adele. Okay, time for a word name here. We have Lyric, spelled L-Y-R-I-C, Lyric. This is such an obvious name that definitely has to be on this list. It's one of the most ultimate unisex musical names too, and this could really work so well for a boy, but also for a girl. Lyric. Back over onto the boy side, we have Reed, spelled R-E-E-D, Reed. Now Reese has been a big boom, but Reed not so much. So I think this is a great option if you want a little bit of everything. Guys, this one is a name of many origins. It's musically inspired, it's nature-y inspired, it's also a surname, and it means red-haired. So you really have it all. Time for a fun one here, guys, especially used, I feel, over on the boy side. It's the name Bluesy, spelled B-L-U-E-S-Y, Bluesy. This one has this very jazzy feel, very fun, and has kind of this old-fashioned vintage charm to it. Z name here on the list, we have Zimri, spelled Z-I-M-R-I, Zimri. This is also a really fun, peppy one. It's a Hebrew-rooted name meaning my music, my praise. That one is beautiful meaning. It's also a biblical name derived from one of the kings of Israel, and also a name of many other biblical figures. Next up, we have Art, spelled A-R-T, Art. This one is timeless, classic, and gonna be always on trend. Music in general is art. It's a form of art. So I think that this really encompasses this whole theme and this whole trend into one. It also means noble one or bear man. Now, time for another girl's name here. We have Melody, spelled M-E-L-O-D-Y, Melody. So just like Cadence, this is one of the most popular musically inspired names and has been for years, I would say. Definitely a fan favorite in this theme, and it's a Greek-rooted name meaning song. Making our way down the list here, guys. Edgy for the boy side, very fun too, is Fender, spelled F-E-N-D-E-R. Now this one is a brand known for its jazz bass guitars and Stratocasters, and it's super edgy and gives me the total rock and roll vibe, especially like 70s, 80s, 90s. Something a little different on the girl side, we have Sonata, spelled S-O-N-A-T-A, Sonata. This one is so beautiful and sounds so beautiful. It's a type of music often used by artists in the past like Beethoven and Mozart. Then for the boys, I have Alto, spelled A-L-T-O, Alto. This one's another one of those sweet ones that has been slowly rising right now, and it's an Italian rooted name meaning high, and high in regard to like high voice, but also high sounding vocals. All right, last three names here, guys. So on the girls, we have Shira, spelled S-H-I-R-A, Shira. It's a Hebrew rooted name meaning, guys, get this, my song, poetry, singing, and music. You literally have it all in this name. It's actually used very often in Israeli-speaking countries, but it's also a wonderful biblical name as well. Second to last name here, again, very fun. We have Banjo, spelled B-A-N-J-O. Banjo. Doesn't this give this southerny western cowboy kind of style? Banjo. I love this for a boy so much, but it was actually used by a famous actress for her son, and it was inspired by a famous Australian poet. All right, that brings me down to my final name on this musically inspired name list. It's on the boy side, and that's the name Elvis. Spelled E-L-V-I-S, Elvis. I had to add this one as the king of rock and roll, and if you are a big musical family, this one is the perfect name for your little boy to add to your boys' name list. Seriously, Elvis. Like, I think this is so cute. And the name is actually connected to the Irish name Alva, meaning noble and bright. I believe it was a saint's name as well in Irish times. So let me know if you guys have any others to add below. I did do a rock and roll inspired names list, I want to say 2 years ago. So I will have that video also linked down below for some more edgier and definitely out there rock and roll inspired names for both boys and girls. So I'll have that link down below, and make sure you guys are subscribed as well. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you guys give the video a thumbs up, and thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys next Sunday with another baby names list. All right, bye-bye.